Treat you like in my last cigarette. I'ma 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 treat you like
hope it don't end
in my
the
last
same
cigarette.
way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you
I'm a
like
freedom,
in
baby.
my last cigarette.
About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you
I'm a freedom,
in
baby.
my last cigarette.
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you
I'm a freedom,
in
baby.
my last cigarette.
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you in my last cigarette. 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 I'ma treat you
Hope it don't end the
in my last
same
cigarette.
way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you
I'm a freedom,
in
baby.
my last cigarette.
About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you
I'm a freedom,
in my
baby.
last cigarette.
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you
I'm a freedom,
in
baby.
my last cigarette.
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you in my last cigarette. 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 I'ma treat you
Hope it don't end the
in my last
same
cigarette.
way.
Hey, what is going on? God damn, man. It went from hot to cold, cold, hot, warm, lukewarm, all this bullshit. Man, what is going on? You already know what the fuck it is. You know I'm gonna hit y'all with it. I'm gonna definitely. Did he come back? Oh, man. Did Jesus come back?
Hope it don't end the
Damn, man. We did all that and all this bullshit. And the nigga ain't came back yet. I guess, man. Man. I guess we're going to do some more praying in Cesare. All you black Christians out there. While y'all doing that, I'll be trying to learn Ifa and voodoo. That's what I'll be trying to learn. And try to worship the ancestors. I'm talking about the real ancestors, like John Henry Clark.
In my last cigarette.
You know, those the real ancestors. You know, not no goddamn Cesare. Some shit that they told you. God damn, go read the book, The Borgias and Their Enemies. God damn. Man, shout out to everybody out there at the Court Plantation right now, man. If you are there, man, much power and respect to you. You know, Satan ain't walking around today shaking people's hands with the weather and shit, but it was out in the motherfucker yesterday and the other day. Man, so shout out to everybody out there that's handling business. Hey. Man, shout out to Erica. What's happening, my nigga? Hey, what's happening, Erica, man? Shout out to Erica, man. Look, like I said, man, I be talking to the people in the chat. Nigga, this is not no clout chasing podcast, so if you clout chasing, and that ain't me. Man, fuck all that. Nigga. But anyway, man, shout out to everybody out there at the Court Plantation. If you handling business, hey, man, stay in your lane. I'm going to always preach that. Learn from other people, but your lane is your lane, and that's all you can do. You know what I'm saying? Those are the cards that you were dealt. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of shit that I envy about other people. If they had their pops around, and they had their moms around, all that other shit. I envy that, but that's them, and that's what makes them, and that's what makes me me. Shout out to everybody out there that is not borrowing money from people at the Court Plantation. I gotta get on this real quick, man. I used to work with, I worked at several Court Plantations. Niggas just kind of work just begging, telling all their personal business and begging. And these are men, not women. Women, for some sort of reason, women are more discreet than men. Men will just tell all their fucking business. I expected more for women, I guess. But really, that's a dumbass bias because I done worked around more men telling all their personal business, you be looking at these niggas like, what the fuck is you on? So shout out to all you niggas that's not borrowing money and going to work and doing your job and staying the fuck away from all the bullshit. Hey man, 066 man. I know that's one of my other partners that be watching, man. I gotta get this book together, man. I've been getting my thoughts together, man. I'm about to write a book, man, about the Court Plantation, all the racism that I've seen and witnessed. So we gonna get on that. We gonna definitely get on motherfucking TMZ, that bus driver calling that black dude a nigga. I don't understand why people thought that TMZ wasn't racist. Harvey Levin or whatever the fuck his name, that nigga's a racist too. Sorry, you are a suspected white supremacist until you prove otherwise. Like Lily Fuller Jr. teaches, until they show you they not a white supremacist, they're always they're suspected white supremacists. We gotta be on that shit, man. Just read. Hey man, and shout out to my boy No Compromise podcast, man. He had, it was a dope ass podcast, and he was talking about, you know, man, it was just dope how he put it. And one of his lines he had was like, get around like-minded people, man, that's on the same shit as you. And that's facts, man. You can always learn. I'm still learning, as Dilly Bully Jr. talks about. So shout out to everybody that was singing in the choir. You know, I'm about to get on y'all niggas real quick. Hey, I used to sing in the choir too. Jesus said it, I'll never forget. What's another good choir song? I'm so glad he took my sins away. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Hey, man, there ain't nothing wrong with going to the church if that's what you want to do and that brings you solace or whatever. But, man, look, let me tell you something. If you're praying to Cesare, you have no power. Shout out to homegirl Eric again for putting Dirty Bookman's prayer on the comments on the YouTube page, man. That really fucked with me, man, because I be thinking about that every morning. Like, I need to replace the image of the white man's God. It's true, because everything is revolved around them. It's so funny. Shout out to the homeboy Milton, man. Man, he one of the homeboys, man. He watched the podcast too. I think he all the way in Canada, and he was telling me about a whole bunch of racist shit that be going out there. And he be doing the astrology shit. And he basically was just breaking it down. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, man, because when you hear different perspectives on what you talk about on the podcast, it kind of fucked with me, because he was like, bro, that shit is funny, but the shit you saying is real. Hey, man, I don't claim to have known anything, but I'm going to tell you what I do know. I do know that racism and white supremacy is real. And if y'all don't get y'all asses to fuck up and wake up, and if a nigga ain't talking about no reparation, you get the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear all that bullshit about free college and all that Vlad TV bullshit. It's always that's another thing. It's always some white person trying to tell us what we need for reparations. But then when I flip it on white people, be like, okay, well then let's go talk to the white Jewish community and tell them they shouldn't be getting a check. They should get free education too. Oh man, that's anti-Semitic, man. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. That's why I be laughing, man. We gonna get on this TMZ bus driver that called this black man a nigga, which it doesn't surprise me or shock me at all, because this shit has been going on. We're gonna get on a lot of the shit and how it results, you know, and it always refers back to the Court Plantation. You think everybody that's non-melanated just smile with you as your friend, when really none of them are your friend. It's about creating a relationship that could better your progress, not about thinking that these people are your friends. Because a lot of times people are not your friends. You see what I'm saying? So let's get into it, man. Niggas singing in the choir. And shout out to all my women out there singing in the choir, singing they solo and teaching Sunday school, but then was fucking all night. Shout out to them too. And if you was, call me, bitch. I'll give you my number and my email. I'll fuck with you. Let me cut this shit down. The man have not watched TMZ since Van, the young black guy, got cut from the team. Oh, you know I'm about to get on that. Erica, my nigga. Hey, shout out to Shawnee too, man. Everybody out there that be listening, man. Look, I guess you could say I'm not that I'm afraid to grow or whatever, but I just want niggas that really be fucking with this shit, man. I don't need no bunch of followers. Hey, that's cool. That's not my lane. I know it ain't my lane. Because I've done that type of shit before, and it just ain't my lane because it's not relatable to me. I want people on here like Erica, 066, Shawnee, Tamisha, Tasha, Miss Wendy, those type of people. Miss Wendy, I ain't seen Miss Wendy in a minute. But those type of people that really understand what the fuck is going on. I don't need motherfuckers on here that just trolling. Even on my Twitter, man, I don't deal with the troll shit. When a motherfucker try to argue, I say, bro, you a troll. I'm gonna block you. Cause you, especially when it's people that just keep saying the same shit all the time. They have no argument. And it's not based on books. You know, it's always based on what somebody told you from CNN. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. But yeah, man, shout out to Van Lathan. Look, let me tell you something. I had watched this podcast, right? When he had Michael Rappaport on there. He was giving that nigga the business. But I always knew Van Lathan was like that because he's experienced racism himself. He's a black brother. He's melanated. And I could tell there was a lot of bullshit that was going on at TMZ. And then when what happened with him, of course, they let him go. But my thing is, to me, I think that was a blessing in disguise. So now people can really show they love and support for brothers like him, man. Like, and it is scary, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm finna sit up here and be like, man, look, man, I've been at the Court Plantation a long time. That shit is not fun at all. That's why I always question black folk. It doesn't matter. I'll question your mental. And when I mean question, I'm not talking about only elderly people. I'm talking about if you 50 and younger, I'm gonna question that. From 50 to 30, I'm gonna question that. This is what I'm gonna question. If you 50, from 30 to 50, and you are struggling, and you are in a position where, you know, you're doing what you need to do, and you have family members that are not trying, you know, to put you on whatever, don't get mad at them. Get glad. Just look at the white Jewish community. Because let me tell you something. When's the last time you been around a full-fledged white Jewish person and this motherfucker out there struggling, barely making it? That will never happen. I'm not saying that a white Jewish person ain't gonna have no job. Yeah, of course they gonna have a job. But let me tell you, they're not gonna be out there barely making it, barely surviving. That just doesn't happen in their community. And that's how I question, you know, I'm talking about the black folk that act like they gonna take all this shit with them when they die. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. And I question, not just the money aspect. I question, what are you teaching other black folk? You're questioning how deep it is that Stockholm Syndrome. That's a fact. Erica, that's a fact, man. That is a fact, my sister, that's a fact. Let me tell you why. Because I feel like we're in such a rat race. When we have other people around, we're not really trying to put them on the game. We carve out the lane for them and be like, all right, now go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead. Call me if you need my help. But other than that, figure it out. And then you still trying to walk in your lane. Now there's a disconnect there, in my personal opinion, because what are you teaching that young brother, sister? Are you teaching them financial literacy? Let me tell you something, man. I grew up in a black church. They ain't teach shit about no financial literacy. I didn't know shit about no stocks, no bonds, no 401k, no IRAs, no money market accounts, no CDs, no none of that shit. So I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. Nigga tell me, y'all, I don't give a fuck how good your church teaching is. But if these niggas is not teaching you about racism, white supremacy, and about stocks, bonds, 401k, how you flip your money. Okay, if you gonna work at the Court Plantation, join their stock employee purchase plan shit that they got going on. Get in their 401k if they got that shit. And if they don't, start your own 401k. Go on E-Trade. Matter of fact, back in the day, okay, you couldn't get it online because online wasn't prevalent. But that didn't stop you from going to the nearest banker, going to Edward Jones, Tia Financial. These places have been around. Charles Schwab, these people have been around for 100 years. So don't tell me. Now, if black folk didn't know, okay, I get it. We didn't know. But a lot of us do suffer from Stockholm Syndrome. Nigga be bonding with their captors and shit. But, okay, if you gonna bond with them, then learn some shit from them. When you at that corporate plantation, watch how they move. Question. Start every conversation with a question. Don't ever start it with a statement, as Neely Fuller Jr. says. And don't worry about the racial showcasing, confusion, and ass kissing and all that. Look beyond that. Okay, what are you trying to learn at this job? Besides making the money, what am I trying to learn? What am I trying to observe? So I can take it and build my little brand and handle my own hustle. That's what you got to think. I feel like a lot of black churches back in the day, they were entrepreneurs, but they didn't teach entrepreneurialism growing up as a kid. I never saw that. I'll go to school, get you a good job, so you pay your tithes and come back to church, and so you go to heaven. Like, that's all that was taught, really. You know what I'm saying? But ain't nobody really teach none of that. No diss. This is no diss to nobody. I've been to a lot of churches, and a lot of churches, I don't know a single church that I ever grew up with that had Dr. Claude Anderson at their church. I know Fred Price had him at his church, though. But I don't know no other church that had Dr. Claude Anderson. I can tell you that. What you mean, Warren? Like, I'm just telling you what I know. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that is too, man. I think a lot of it too is I think he's scared to take risks. Because when you listen to Dr. Claude Anderson back in the day, he was going hard, but I feel like that's what black folk needed, especially me, my relatives, my cousins. I got relatives that's dead. They didn't have their dad around. They didn't have nobody to mentor them. How do you mentor when you still trying to figure it out? So it's like, I feel like black folk, for the most part, they gave us this religion and we just went for the gusto for it. And then all the real shit, like, you know, voodoo, Ifa, Candomblé, Santeria, that stuff. The stuff that we really should be knowing about and studying and understanding what it does and how you draw from power. If Dirty Bookman said, y'all need to replace the image of the white man's God. Let me translate that for you. Y'all niggas is praying to him. He telling them to kill us. So why would y'all pray to him? Translation. Man, when I saw that shit, I was like, it was like chills in my body. So I'm like, damn, that shit makes sense. Like, why is y'all fucking praying to this motherfucker when if that's their God is asking them to commit crimes against us. So why the fuck is we praying to him? We need to replace him with somebody that look like us so we can draw power from it, draw power from the ancestors, draw power from the earth, the natural resources that we know how to use, and kill all these motherfuckers. That's what it's supposed to be about. And I think a lot of people are afraid to talk about that shit because maybe viewership or mentorship or membership or whatever it is, man. But I'm gonna tell you a lot of the things that I know. Financial literacy. You go to black church, you know how to dress though. You got the freshest suit and gators on and fruit basket hats and all this bullshit. But when you be like, hey man, so bro, have you read Black Letter White Walls? What is that? Hey, cause I know the Bible, Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. And you be like, all right, okay. And then when you ask the nigga, okay, so where the fuck was everybody else at when Adam and Eve got there and then they had 2 kids? Where the fuck was everybody else at? Motherfucker be like, oh, there were other people on the earth, but they just, okay, well, where's the book that talk about those people? That's the easiest question ever. But y'all going by something that these people put together. They took out things, put things in there, remixed it. Come on, man. I look at the Bible and I look at the people who made the Bible like record labels. They put in there what they want in there. And the shit that they didn't want in there, they took out. It's like when you playing your album for the record execs. If they don't like that song, take that song out. And that's how it go, unless you independent. So it's like, man, you know, I guess, man, I was talking to this brother on on Billy Carson's app, and he was telling me about Ifa, and he was like kind of telling me about this shit, man. And I was like, yeah, man, I was already kind of like looking into that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Just something like a higher power, man. Like, and when I mean higher power, I'm talking about a higher consciousness. Something. I'm not talking about Christianity or Catholicism or even, you know, Islamic faith. I'm not even talking about that. Something that's older than that. You know, where is that at? And I know it came from us. Look, let me tell you something, man. All y'all motherfuckers, because when a black person said too, it's funny, like, this nigga. Well, Jordan Maxwell is a white dude. Jordan Maxwell basically was like, all religions come from Africa. And when I mean Africa, come from black people, period. Every religion that's on this is an extension of black folk. You know, and he got this book called The Matrix of Power by Jordan Maxwell. Very, very good book. You know, he talks a lot about the mortar board, you know, your hat when you graduate. And the you know, he breaks it down, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, I can even read this shit right here. Here, let me show it to you. Let me show this shit to you. Go get this book, man. It's called The Matrix of Power. This shit is crazy. This nigga was like, this white dude was like, what'd he say? He was like, the square was also a symbol associated with Saturn. Hence, the black mortarboard of college graduates. Of course, mortarboard have played an important role in masonry as well. He be breaking that shit down, man. This nigga Jordan Maxwell's dope, bro. Breaking down the symbol of the fish. He be breaking that shit down, man. I'm telling you, man, he got so much shit on here, man. It's a dope book, man. Y'all need to check this book out. It's called The Matrix of Power. He talks about the court, bank. The judge sits on a bench, which is Latin for bank. And when you go to court, what you gotta do? You gotta pay money. He breaks the shit down, man. But I'm just saying, I just talked about that part where he was like, all religions come from Africa. When I mean Africa, I mean black people. Black people invented religion. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so funny when you get to talking about the Egyptians. They always want to Europeanize Egyptians. And that's another thing. These Greek motherfuckers, man, like, I don't diss people that be like in their fraternities and their sororities and whatever. Man, if that's what you want to do, go do it. I ain't tripping. The only thing that trips me out about is how much we give the Greeks too much credit. Because they was over there stealing. It wasn't like they was over there learning the shit so they can reteach it back to black folk. They was learning it so they could become the authors of the narrative. Like Pythagoras. If y'all don't believe me, go vet me out. I don't claim to know nothing. Go read The Stolen Legacy. How Pythagoras over there stealing. The whole goddamn time. Just stealing. Not even giving props. Just, like, why you can't write a book and say, hey, man, I got this from, the black people in Africa. Just straight stealing. But they want to come up with this narrative that black folk, we steal, we kill, we rob. Man, stop. Like John Henry Clark said, look, there is no country and no land where white folk have been and they haven't torn it up. You got that family member that come over, just tear your shit up. Just, they just destructible. Just tear it up. You give them something, you come back, it's broke. Just come, they tear shit, they fall on the couch, they tear up the couch, they tear up your bed, tear up the mirror, tear up the bathroom. You got those people where you be like, man, I invite that motherfucker over. Just tearing up shit. But a motherfucker want to act like, nigga, we the problem. No, nigga, y'all the problem. And a lot of look, let me tell you something. When I look at shit like the TMZ shit, it don't even surprise me. Because this shit has been happening for so long. White folk are emboldened to do this shit because they know a lot of black people ain't gonna do nothing because they don't want to go to jail. And they know a lot of black people ain't gonna do nothing because they don't want to get in trouble. So they bold. So what they do is they throw their rock and they hide. And they say, yeah, I threw the rock. But they not literally hiding, they hide behind people. Because this bus driver for TMZ, then he been feeling that way. But my question to all y'all is, how many people at y'all court plantation is that way? They just ain't told you. They just nice to you. So you think, they not racist. That doesn't mean that they not racist. That just means that they're nice to you. That doesn't mean they don't see a group of people as slaves and bullshit. Don't tell me about no goddamn diversity and you go to a court plantation, you go anywhere. Let's just look at, fuck the court plantation. Y'all want to talk about diversity? Look at the stock market. And look at the major players in the stock market. Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates. Those are all white people. Those are not black people. Those are all white people that could give a fuck about what the fuck niggas got going on. All these big time institutions and all this other shit. But my thing is always this. But y'all niggas want to tell me to go vote? Man, get the fuck out of here. Vote for who? Joe Biden? 94 crime bill Biden? You tell niggas today, niggas still argue then about that shit. Man, but he gonna do something, say it's better than having Trump in. No, not really. I would have rather had Trump. Why, Warren? Because at least that was a real good old boy racist. That's gonna tell you, I really don't like none of y'all niggas. I fuck with my white people, but I don't really fuck with no other race. I'd rather somebody tell me up front than be this covert racist motherfucker. Because I would say 99% of the white folk that's at the court plantation, they're racist. They have racist views towards black folk. They treat niggas like they ain't shit. They cater to a nigga's ego to get them to slave and throw their neck on the guillotine and do the unimaginable for that department while every other racial group watching you make a fool of yourself. That's what they do. And then as soon as you make one mistake, man, they calling you in the office. It's all this bullshit. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. So nigga, motherfucker can't tell me shit about no fucking anti-black racism bullshit. That shit don't surprise me not one bit. Why, Warren? Because, man, this is prevalent, man. I don't understand why everybody act like it's so real. Then they giving you statues of George Floyd. Man, fuck a statue. Why don't y'all give that man's family $1 million? No, give him $10 million. Give him enough money so his kid can be straight. Man. But no, they want to give a motherfucker a statue, man. Fuck a statue. That's symbolism. They always doing shit like that, man. Just like Juneteenth. Motherfucker, happy Juneteenth. You mean happy Cooneteenth? Man, fuck a Juneteenth, nigga. Give my reparations. I don't care about no fucking holiday. I won't need to celebrate no holiday if I got my reparations, because I ain't got to go to these people's job. I can have my own job. I can create my own generational wealth. I don't have to worry about that shit. It's so funny how everybody else get reparations and you come to black folks like, then niggas start talking about some other shit. You be like, hey, man. Hey, man, but what about the reparations? When you be like, what about reparations? You be like, hey, man, we got Juneteenth for y'all. Hey, man, what's up with the reparations? Hey, y'all. Black Lives Matter. Hey, yeah, man, we know that. But what's up with the reparations? Hey, y'all. Free education. Hey, man, what's up with reparations? Free healthcare. Hey, man, what's up with reparations for black folk? Hey, y'all. We're going to put some grants and loans together for minorities. That's how they answer us. They don't never address black folk directly. It's always everybody else. And the motherfucking president always talking about they got to be the president for all people. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. As I'm reading this book, Never Caught, about the untold story of Una Judge and George Washington, they couldn't figure out where they wanted to put the nation's capital. You know, first it was in Philadelphia, then it was in motherfucking Mount Vernon, I think, Virginia. Then they had it in New York. They kept moving it around and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, the book is crazy, man. Just, excuse me, all the shit that was going on in there, they called them women slave, bond women, basically slaves, women slaves and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a cold book, man. Some of the shit I'm reading, I'm like, man. But I can tell you one thing about this sister. This sister was watching all these free people in Philadelphia and everywhere she was going. She's like, I gotta get the fuck away from these motherfuckers. You know, and it does talk about George Washington. He had them teeth problems. That motherfucker had gummies and shit in the 1700s. That's what he get. And all these motherfuckers dressing. I ain't never seen a group of people wear a fucking white wig. Like, what the fuck was these niggas thinking about? But that's beyond me. I just don't understand why people think that the average person ain't racist just because they smile with you and they nice to you. Just, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Look, let me find this audio, man. It's real quick. It's just that this brother been like, you know, of course, the white dude, they'll provoke you and then say, oh, well, I'm going to fucking sue you. He's like, bro, you just called me a nigga. He was like, yep. But sometimes what you got to do, sometimes you got to sue me, nigga. You got to put your hands. Go ahead, sue me. I ain't got shit anyway. Sue me. But I'm going to put my hands on you. That's why I don't do too much smiling. I don't even really like to go a lot of places because you're dealing with racism, white supremacy everywhere you go. You're dealing with it at the restaurants. You're dealing with it everywhere. You just have to trust and have faith that, you know, and not even faith. You have to trust in your own process of understanding how to navigate through this system. You can't even trust. Don't trust in their process. When a dominant society person, oh man, trust the process, be like, oh hell no. That's the same shit Christopher Columbus was telling the motherfucking Moors when they helped him navigate to the United States of America Incorporated, because he didn't know where the fuck he was going. So I don't want to hear that shit. Lying to the Spanish crown and shit, trying to discover his own shit. And then they ended up having to eat each other because they couldn't even cultivate and harvest the land because they didn't know what the fuck they was doing. That's what they get. Motherfucker want to talk about black people were savages. No. Let's ask Christopher Columbus, a.k.a. Cristobal Colon, about savages. Fuck out of here, man. Here, let me play this shit for y'all niggas so y'all can hear this shit. This shit, it's not that long, but the shit had me rolling, man, because they bold.
Touch me, I'll fucking sue you.
You called me a nigga. Did he call me a nigga?
Yeah.
Did he call me a nigga?
Yeah, I did.
He called me a nigga, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
See? Yeah. I did. Yeah. So what does that tell y'all? If a motherfucker's that emboldened to be like, yeah, I did, then that should tell you. That should fucking tell you. Damn, why'd he erase the message? You two be tripping, man. Erasing your messages and shit. But I'm gonna tell you, man, that shit don't surprise me now one bit. And when you go on TMZ's website, they don't got that shit up there. They got everybody else's business, but they don't got their shit on there of what their employee did. Harvey Levin. Why don't you put your shit up there of what the fuck your employees is doing? Why you wanted to part ways with motherfucking Van Lathan? Because Van Lathan was up there checking in white people with all the anti-black racism and shit that they had going on. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck a TMZ. I never liked that. I didn't watch that shit like that anyway. And then they couldn't wait to have Kanye West on there because Kanye West went on a dumbass rant. Oh, you know, slavery was a choice. Well, nigga, we know that. We know it was a choice. And nigga, you got a choice too. You had a choice not to fuck with those Kardashians, but you did anyway. And then when you saw life wasn't sweet, so nigga, that's what you get with your bitch ass. So nigga, I don't want to hear that shit, nigga. I don't understand why these people keep fucking with them women, man. You better leave them. No, this is what I would do. Y'all want to know what I want to do? Oh, I'll fuck with the Kardashians, but guess what I'll do? I'd go right to Louisiana and Haiti and see a voodoo priestess and be like, put a protection spell around me. And even if they try to do some shit, y'all know, you know what to do, voodoo priestess. And I guarantee you, them bitches will be acting loopy, not me. Just like if you read Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper, Noriega, the real drug lord Noriega, this nigga had a baby mama and shit. He had a wife, and then he ended up fucking a side bitch, and then had a baby with her. So his wife put a spell on that bitch. This nigga had to go all the way to Brazil to find a voodoo priestess to undo the spell because his side bitch started acting loopy and shit. So don't tell me that voodoo ain't real, nigga. You know, they just want to have you, want you to think it's all bad so you don't fuck with it. Man, fuck you, nigga. But a nigga argue down about Christianity all day, talking about, man, you be good now, man, so you can get into heaven. You know, you can live good in the afterlife. Man, nigga, why these motherfuckers going oops upside our head? They didn't kill Kennedy. They didn't kill Malcolm. Not Kennedy. They didn't use Kennedy and everybody else to kill Martin Luther King, kill Malcolm X. Stop. All our poor righteous teachers. And then have Kennedy's family there talking about, oh, I lost my brother too, to the same people. Well, your brother was lost for a whole other reason. Not for us. And it wasn't because he was trying to stop racism. Stop. That nigga was trying to stop the Federal Reserve. That's why they killed that nigga. They were just killing Martin Luther King and killing Malcolm X because they didn't want togetherness. They didn't want black folk being on code. You know, it's about being on code sometimes. Sometimes you got to be on code. Shout out to Bill Cosby, man. All them motherfucking grimy ass, dusty bitches, nigga. Ancient bitches from fucking 50 years ago talking about, oh my God, you know, Bill Cosby, he gave me a pill and I fell asleep. And I just accidentally fell on his dick when I was asleep. You know, how do you accidentally, like, what the fuck is that shit? Okay, well, did he sexually assault you? Yeah, he did. Okay, then what happened the second time? Well, I accidentally slipped and fell on his dick. Like, man, what? Like, this is the type of shit these bitches was talking about. They put him in prison. Man, get the fuck out of here. But Harvey Weinstein is walking around here with a walker talking about he don't feel good and shit so he can avoid jail time. Man, get the fuck out of here. They throw a surviving R. Kelly, but no surviving Bill Clinton. No surviving Harvey Weinstein or Jeffrey Epstein or none of the other shit. But you want to talk about surviving R. Kelly. Why everybody was complicit. Record labels, lawyers, everybody knew what the fuck he had going on. And didn't nobody say nothing until the well ran dry. Now he can't make nobody no more money. So now they like, fuck this nigga. All right, I'm done with him. Why don't y'all go after the record labels that profited all that money? Just like Bill Cosby. What's that college you went to? Temple? Well, why don't y'all give all that money back? No, not Temple. Was it a Hampton or whatever? Because they was talking shit about Felicia Rashad. Then why don't y'all give all that money back that Bill Cosby gave y'all? All them donations and shit he get. It's so funny. Nigga talk shit about you, but they won't give you your money back. Give me my money back. Nigga, fuck out of here, man. Let me tell you something, man. Motherfuckers better wake the fuck up. Because these people are not playing. And the type of game that they playing is a bunch of sucker shit and foolishness, if you ask me. That's why I be like, man, just like, look, let me tell you something, man. And I'm putting it out there, and this is just what I think. I think the economy gonna tank. At first, I was kind of weary with it, but I still think it's gonna tank. You see that motherfucking, that shit is going up. The numbers in California is rising. Now it's 1,000, 2,000 a week. The second strain. Let me tell you something. It's going to happen. And when it fucking does, I'm going to be laughing at all you suck-ass niggas out here jumping around about some motherfucking Raiders football game and shit when you ain't even got money to pay your bills. Oh, and just alert. Niggas don't know this, but let me put y'all on the game. Erica, let me put you on the game. See, in Las Vegas, Nevada, right? You know, like all these other states, they got that COVID relief shit. So, you know, they helping people. But now that shit about to run out. So now they on the news, everybody trying to put they thoughts together like, well, how we gonna help these people stay where they live and then but give these owners the money that they, no, because niggas about to start getting evicted and losing their motherfucking cribs and shit. That's what's about to start happening. They're not bringing, look, if you work for Stations Casino, they're not bringing none of the buffets back at any of the Stations Casino. So what are those people supposed to do as work? But y'all got a Raiders stadium, though. Y'all got to pay $12 to go park on the strip. Let me tell y'all something about the dominant white society. They're the most greedy, vicious, vile, backbiting, just undermining motherfuckers I've ever witnessed as far as the games that they play with people, man. And how they usher you into these systems. And then people be talking to you like, hey, man, it is good for us, man. We need a football team here. Man, they had Carolyn Goodman, whatever the fuck her name is, Oscar Goodman's wife on there. And this bitch didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. They was like, okay, so then what are we supposed to do to open up the businesses? Oh, that's not my problem. I don't do that. I'm the mayor. The motherfucker with no mustache, Anderson Cooper, was like, then what are you talking for then? If you don't even know what you're talking about. Because they just want to make money. They don't give a fuck. Just make the money. That's why they slapped that Raider stadium out here. And I'm thinking like, nigga, this is not L.A. We don't got 1,000 taxes out here. All of shit, all of Florida, but I can't say. Let me tell you something. Oh, Gainesville. Let me tell you something, man. Big states like Florida, Cali, y'all have a lot, some of those states, they got a lot of taxes. So they're able to support themselves through taxes. We don't have a lot of taxes. So I'm like, well, what the fuck are y'all gonna do to sustain Vegas when the shit go belly up? Nigga, out here in Vegas, like I said before, nigga, houses going for $500,000 and $600,000. And I'm not talking about gated community houses. We talking about houses you can just walk up on and knock the door. Just ring the doorbell. That's unheard of in Vegas. You know why? They put that fucking clown ass stadium. If we didn't have that stadium here, this shit wouldn't be going on. Now everything is high as a fucking kite. You can't even go rent you a decent apartment for under a G-ball. Now you paying $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. And I'm like, these motherfuckers are greedy, bro. And y'all want to say that they for us? And let me tell you something. Black folk, we at the bottom. So it should be very concerning to black folk. Because it is to me. I look at it every day like, now, how the fuck are they supposed to sustain? And then you look at these jobs, it ain't a lot of black folk at the corporate plantations. They'll sprinkle us to make it seem like it's diverse, but they hiring every other racial group but black folk. That's a fact. Let me see, because I'm the one sitting on the sideline telling people not to buy those Jordans and they don't need a new car, pay the rent and their mortgage in advance. Facts. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. My nigga, you not lying. Hey, I stopped. I'm not gonna lie to you. I say it on this podcast, but I don't tell people do what you do, man. You wanna go buy the car and man, have at it. But I've already seen this movie before. As Trinity told Neo, you've already been down that road, Neo. You know how it ends. You see what I'm saying? You already been down. So if I've already been down that road, I'm not going down that road. I know it's a dead end, so I'm not going. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna watch. And I'm going to chill. I'm going to take stock and inventory of what's going on. And then when it flop and it crash and it tank, I'm going to be laughing at a lot of motherfuckers. Like I was watching this podcast, like, why would y'all want, to tank and people losing their houses and people, and it was a black podcast. And hey, I agree with you. You don't want people to lose their house. And I agree. I totally agree. But let's keep something a buck. This is just my perspective. 90% of home ownership is not black folk. You feel what I'm saying? 90% of home ownership is white folk. So let's start with that one. When we spend $2.2 billion or whatever, nigga, white people spend 10 times that because they are the ones who have the money. So that will affect them way more than it affects us. Why do you think Barack Hussein Obama, Barry Soetoro, saved the banks in 2008? Don't know. Show me a black person that owned a bank. In 2008, I'm talking about a real bank, a financial banking system that got that help from the Barack Obama administration. Stop. Those were all white folk and white Jewish people as well. I don't care who they put as the Lady Eloise. I'm talking about who's running it from behind closed doors, the unseen end. That's why I'm looking at this shit and I'm like looking around Vegas. I'm like, bruh. We had 3 million people, and they can't even sustain this shit. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen when it bursts, like the dude from The Big Short said. He's like, oh, it's going to burst. It's going to fall to the ground. And I'm very interested to see what motherfuckers do. What you mean, Warren, what motherfuckers do? What are people going to do when it bursts? A lot of people gonna run back to Cali. A lot of people gonna run back to wherever the fuck they came from. And a lot of people gonna be like, damn, this is fucked up. I done came out here and paid $700,000 for this house. Now you telling me the house is only worth $350,000? And I'm gonna be the nigga that's gonna come behind you and buy your shit for $350,000. That's what you get, nigga. This is Vegas. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm talking about crack, black tar, heroin, speed, nigga, cocaine, nigga, everything that you want, they got it. Alcohol, it's a bar on every fucking corner. I'm like, now how the fuck are they gonna be able to sustain a football team? Man, get the fuck out of here. Now they want to bring a baseball team out here. I'm like, man, because they don't give a fuck as long as they can keep hiking up the prices and charging niggas like they been doing, and niggas is goofy ass niggas to pay for this shit. So go pay for it. Go do it. And then don't come sitting beside me smiling with me, nigga. Get your ass away from me, nigga. I always look at it like this, just like the TMZ shit. That don't surprise me what that white dude said to that black dude. This is what they been at. This is nothing new to me. Sadly, a lot of people, sadly, a lot of people that took advantage of those loans may be sitting in the government hotel soon as well. Yep, that's a fact. Motherfucker like that. What that one bitch say? That one bitch was like, I'm putting this nigga on blast. This nigga got $185,000 PPE loan, and he ain't got no staff. That bitch was putting that nigga out there. Man, I'm not fucking with no loans from no motherfucking government. Trust me. Them niggas gonna always get their shit first. Get a student loan and don't pay it back. And Sally Mae will be calling your ass too. And then don't pay Sally Mae. They'll just take it out of your income taxes. That's what they do, man. This is why I relate it back to the black church. Now, why isn't it growing up and going to 1,000 black churches, I've never heard one preacher talk about financial stability. And I'm not talking about financial stability, save your money. I'm talking about investing, property, 401k, stock, bonds, doing what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Invest in stock if you can. Go get you a broker. They're going to rob you, but oh well, so you can kind of get in the game. Buy real estate, invest in that. Now, real estate is so goddamn expensive, how you going to go get it? I'm talking about, especially in Las Vegas, how you going to go get it in Las Vegas when houses going for $500,000? Wow. I'm talking about dumps. We're not even talking about nice houses. Nice houses going for $800,000. I'm talking about dumps. $400,000 and $500,000. I'm like, these niggas out here in Vegas is crazy, man. And you want to tell me, who else do y'all think is buying these motherfucking houses? I can tell you, my neighborhood ain't nothing but a whole bunch of white people buying these houses over here. Straight up. My surrounding neighborhood, I never seen so many white people in my life. Why you say that, Warren? Because that's how gentrification works. That's another thing the black church ain't teach nobody. Gentrification, how it works. What happens when they devalue the property so you can move away, and then they come back and say that the property is worth millions of dollars because the assessors are fucking white. It's all part of their fucking game, man. Man, when I quit the church, I was in my 20s, and I found my preacher selling insurance by the Winnie Dixie. Oh, shit. So you said your preacher was selling insurance? Hey, let me tell you something, man. No diss, like that part of, I don't diss the black church. I always go after the black church and hold them accountable for the information that they're not teaching people. And when I mean teaching people, I'm like, look, bro, like financial stability, life insurance, stuff like that, stuff that black folk need. That brother that got killed on IG Live, they doing a car wash for that nigga because the nigga ain't have no health, he didn't have no life insurance. You understand what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers don't give a fuck about no, they'll have insurance on their iPhone though. Because you gotta have insurance on your iPhone. You have insurance on your car, but you won't have insurance on yourself? Because in your mind, you're like, fuck it, that's somebody else's problem. If I'm dead, then niggas gotta worry about that. No, that's generational wealth. You know, but a lot of people, man, I feel like a lot of people, in my personal opinion, we are bereft of knowledge we don't know because each one doesn't teach one. A lot of people, they kind of hoard the knowledge for themselves and they like, fuck everybody else. I'm gonna get this shit for myself, and I get it. But a lot of the times, I don't think it should be that way. I think it should be where as any type of information that you get, information is power. So if you got the information, you know, put a motherfucker on. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very important to do that. Why, Warren? Because I'm going to always speak on my behalf. Like Medicaid. Facts. For real. For real, for real. I'm going to be honest with you. If we built the country, why is it they try to make niggas feel bad for being on Medicaid? If I get Medicaid, I'd have that shit too. Nigga, I tried. They was like, nah, nigga, your ass gonna go to jail if you try to get Medicaid. But I'm just saying, black folks should have Medicaid. We should have any type of assistance that's free. We should get on GP because our forefathers built this country. Not George Washington, not Abraham Lincoln. Them niggas wasn't building shit. They was just sitting around watching, telling niggas what to do. So stop. That's why it's very important for us to have financial stability and for that to be taught to us when we young, man. Like I said, man, Easter time come. They got you learn your Easter speech and wearing your Easter suit and got a goddamn Easter basket with chocolate eggs in there and all this sucker shit. But a nigga don't tell you nothing about financial stability and life insurance, stocks, bonds, the 401k shit. You know, shit that could propel you into a better situation when you get older. Think about it like this. If you had a job, if you had the corporate plantation for 10 years, right? You know, shit gonna go up and down. It's gonna go down, it's gonna go up, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go up. But if you have the shit for 10 years and you just letting them take money out of your 401k, you're not even paying attention to it, depending on how much money. Let's say you letting them take 5% out of your check or 2%. Over 10 years, that's compound interest. That gains interest with time. So over time, you're gonna see your money, you know what I'm saying? Go up and down, but it's your money. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people don't need 401k. Some people know how to just save the bread on their own and just do what they need to do. But I'm going to tell you right now, participate in that shit, man, because that's another tool. As Dr. Claude Anderson teaches, I don't know if it's in Black Labor White Wealth or in the Black History Reader or Powernomics, he talks about how white folk had their money all tied up in money market accounts, stocks, bonds, CDs, life insurance policies, real estate. He was breaking that shit down like shit that y'all niggas ain't trying to focus on. You know what I'm saying? And I think ownership is very, very important. Being an entrepreneur is very important too. And we not taught that either. We taught go to school, get you a good job, right? So you can go back and pay your tithes and all that. That's my thing. You know, but it's like, imagine how much tithes you can get from a person if they put 5% in their 401k for 10 years. That's nice. That's a nice little chunk of change. Now they can borrow on that shit. They can pay some more tithes. You know, they can do a lot of stuff for the church. But niggas don't be thinking that way because they be wanting the money now. They don't give a fuck about the future. Because a lot of these niggas be in over their head. You know what I'm saying? That's why, man, I'm telling you, man, no diss, but you're not going to be able to get me to go to nobody's church like that at all. And if I am in there, I'm probably on my phone looking for books to read or on Twitter. I'm not going to pay attention because it's a script. And if that's a script, fine. But within that script, why don't y'all start teaching us financial literacy so we can know about this shit so niggas can learn about owning, buying a condo, buying a crib, buying a mobile home, buy something so you have some piece of the earth and you're not just walking around here paying taxes for nothing. That's why niggas be like, oh, you don't vote, you crazy. Nigga, no, I'm not. Oh, well, you should be complaining. No, nigga, my taxes tell me different. Nigga, I'ma always complain, nigga, as long as they taking money out of my motherfucking check. Nigga try to vote shame you. Man, fuck out of here. Why don't you real estate shame me? Real estate shame somebody so they get their ass up and go buy them some real estate. It's like Monopoly. If you don't own real estate and you're not trying to do that, it's like playing Monopoly and going around the board collecting $200 and never buying nothing. And you just collecting $200. You just happen not to never land on nobody's shit, but you collecting $200. Eventually, you're going to land on Park Place. You're going to land on Boardwalk. You're going to land on one of those red spots that you land that cost a bunch of money. And now you're going to start paying. And then when you land on that shit and they got hotels and shit, that'll be $2,000, nigga. Now all your money gone. And that's how life works. You can only go around the board so many times and collect $200 before you got to start paying. So niggas better wake the fuck up, man. Understand that racism and white supremacy is real. Part of it is economics. Like Neely Fuller Jr. and the Honorable Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, they both talk about this shit. I read the ISIS papers and I read the compensatory counter-racist code. I gotta read both of them motherfuckers again because it's so much information. You like, what the fuck? But I'm gonna tell you, they dominate 9 areas of people activity: labor, war, sex, religion, education, entertainment, economics, law. What else? I'm probably missing one. I'm probably missing one. But I got 8 of them instead of 9. I always be missing one. But I know they dominate religion. They got you praising Cesare Borgia. They dominate law because how many black judges you see versus white judges? Boom. They dominate education because all education is all white people. At the top, ain't no black folk for the most part. That's education. Economics. Who runs the banks? Not no niggas. Next, entertainment. Who runs entertainment? Hollywood. White Jewish people. Okay, labor. Who owns the labor force? White folk. They have the economics and they run that, right? Okay, who runs war? White folk. So it's like, come on, man. Y'all better wake the fuck up. 9 areas of people activity. I forgot the last one. But I'm telling you, they run all them shits. All of it. Like I said, how they run religion, Warren? Cesare. Go look up Cesare Borgia. Go get the book, The Borgias and His Enemies. And Their Enemies. Read that book. Very good book. Man, they don't dominate labor. Yes, they do. They employ you, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? You don't employ them. They employ you. Okay. So it's like, come on, man. Y'all know what it is. So it's like, these are things that we got to wake up and understand. Stop being so shocked. Oh, my God. You call me a nigga? Be like, all right. Cool. Now, when I go ooze upside your head, nigga, don't be looking around talking about why you hit me, because you know what it is. Stop acting shocked. Motherfuckers been like, oh, what the fuck does that shock you for? It's almost like that Meghan Markle shit. Motherfuckers was, shit. She a part of the royal family shit. We done made it. And then when the royal family was like, no, niggers, you didn't make it. Get that nigger bitch and her nigger baby the fuck out of here before we do her like we did your mama. That nigga got that black bitch out of there. Was like, well, shit, looks like we better go back to the United States of America. That's a fact. And that's why did nobody part of that royal family come out and say, oh, no, we ain't racist. Stop. The grandmother, all of them. The Queen of England, that ugly bitch. First of all, who made her the queen? Now, how you the queen? And how are you so old and ain't never been sick? Just like David Rockefeller having 10 different heart transplants. Now, how is it David Rockefeller can have all these goddamn heart transplants, right? But Scarface got to get a fucking kidney from his fucking son. You got to be on the donor list and wait around, but David Rockefeller getting all these goddamn hearts and shit. But y'all niggas want to say, oh, well, Warren, man, you crazy. Man, get the fuck out of here. This is the shit that just make you question, like, damn, I didn't even think about that shit. Yeah, David Rockefeller got like 5 or 6 heart transplants. Now, how the fuck he moved past everybody else to get a heart? But Scarface, a legendary rapper from Texas, his son got to give him a kidney because he can't find nobody else. Come on, man. Stop. But y'all motherfuckers want to talk about ain't no organ harvesting going on. Man, just like that young brother that they found rolled up in a wrestling mat, and then the coroner was like, oh, all his organs were removed. What the fuck you mean all the organs were removed? How did that happen? Did the Predator wrap him up in a goddamn wrestling mat? The actual Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Did he wrap him up and destroy his organs? Man, stop, man. This is the type of shit that I'd be like, man, but you want me to act like this shit? I'm not saying this shit. It's almost like when you watch a dominant society just do some bogus bullshit at the corporate plantation, and they could be major fuck-ups. They'll never take accountability. They'll never say, hey, man, that was on me. And they'll act like you didn't even see that shit. Like you didn't see none of that. But let you fuck up one time. Let you even breathe wrong. You gotta call you in the office, Tyrone. You know, people are getting offended, man, by, you know, some of the things you say. You know, when you're a part of leadership and that type of shit. Some of the shit I've seen, it blow my mind. That's why I gotta start really working on my book and work on my writing shit. I'm about to start jotting in one of my phones, either the iPhone or this phone right here, man, and get my ideas together. Because I think my book is sell. Because I'm putting all that shit out there. I don't give a fuck if I do get sued. I'm putting niggas' names in there. And exactly how the fuck they was acting. And then motherfuckers gonna be like, damn, why you put my name in? Oh, well. Shit. So motherfuckers can see exactly. I just gotta come up with a name about what I'm gonna call it. That's a fact, man, because I done seen some bogus shit, man, over the years. And trust me, they have you on some whole, yeah, I can move up. I'll tell you this right now. Anytime a dominant society person come here and tell you got a future here, you need to say, oh yeah, and then back and be looking at him or her like, what the fuck you mean I got a future here? Doing what? Ass kissing? Ass licking? Acquiescing? Bending the knee? What? What do you mean? Like, you have to answer that with a question. Like Nearly Fuller Jr. says, always started with a question. Well, could you explain that to me? I don't understand what you're saying. Look, let me tell you something before I get out of here. I did that to somebody. That shit was funny. This motherfucker was trying to bait me into an argument because I wasn't doing what he wanted me to do. Right? So I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? Oh, well, you're supposed to be doing this. I said, oh, well, nobody never told me. So can you explain it to me? Because nobody never told me. I'm unaware. So can you explain it? Because I don't understand what you're saying. And the motherfucker just started double talking. And then that's when I was like, this shit worked for real. I was laughing my ass off before I shook the spot. I was laughing so hard because I was like, damn, this shit really worked. And let me tell you another thing, too. You notice when you at the court plantation, it's always these weak, spineless, backbiting, shit-talking motherfuckers that don't have nothing going on outside of the job. This is what makes me laugh even more. The motherfuckers who are not financial literate at all and vagabonds and just move around from place to place, always, they got money problems, all that, but they be the main ones trying to go hard for a system that'll never go hard for them. I'll be laughing. Those motherfuckers are the worst. Get the fuck away from them. Because they'll start to be envious of who you are because you standing on your square and on your purpose and you ain't bending your knee and kissing ass and walking around there. Those jobs are not meant for you to do that. Those jobs are meant for you to get a paycheck and go. I don't care where you work at. Get your paycheck and get the fuck away from these people. Stop going to the job and playing all these games and trying to play this political warfare game with these people. And man, fuck all that. You're the first one on the chopping block anyway. So you might as well just go in there, do what the fuck you need to do, and get the fuck away from them people. That's all you got to do. Have I had a lot of disagreements with people that look like me? Yes. Lots of disagreements. But I try to stay on code, even when I don't like to stay on code. Because I'm the type of person where, look, man, I don't have no issues with you. But there's a lot of people at these court plantations who think they them and be smiling and laughing with them. And I be looking at them like, and I just be looking. I wish look, people that really know me. And they'll tell you exactly, like, Warren be have me dying. Because I do more like, I'm quiet and I'm very observant of what the fuck is going on. So a lot of the times, man, I just watch. You know, as you get older and you start to read shit, don't go in there talking and laughing and, hey, everybody, and don't be doing that. Sometimes go in there, man, what up? And just start watching what's going on. And don't say nothing. Don't say nothing to nobody. And just watch. And watch how uncomfortable they become. And then the more quiet you are, the more uncomfortable they are. The more uncomfortable they are, the more you know you're winning the situation because now they're off balance. See, they like to get you off balance. Have I lost my temper and gotten pissed off and frustrated? A lot of times at the court plantation. But I've known how to reel it in and check myself. But now I've learned don't even fuck with people. Don't fuck with them outside of work. Don't fuck with them, period. If they not on the same page as you. Vet them out. If they not on the same page as you, don't fuck with them. Because you're wasting your time, man. And time is valuable. And you don't have none of it to waste on nobody else. And respect your time before you respect anybody else's. Because you'll never be able to respect somebody else's time if you don't respect your own. And then people that are not comprehensive of time and respectable of time and do that, don't fuck with them. Don't take it personal. Nothing is personal unless you make it personal. Just move on. You know what I mean? It ain't no I've always been that way as I gotten older. You know, when people leave the court plantation or they leave and you don't talk to them or they handling their business. I don't get mad at stuff like that because I'm too old for that shit anyway. Why they handle their business? What are you doing? That's why I say, two roads diverge in the yellow woods. I took the one less traveled. Which road you taking? Because if I'm in my lane, in my road, I don't have time to be worried about you. And I think that's what everybody need to understand. Harvey Levin and TMZ been racist. We know that shit. Just like every other corporate plantation. They're ran by white supremacists. If they're not, you would see more people like you in charge with real power. But you'll never see that because that's never going to happen because that's by design. So get there, do what the fuck you need to do, and get the fuck away from them people, man. That's a fact. Hey, man, shout out to the homie Erica, Shawnee. Hey, man, everybody out there, man. Tasha, everybody that's handling, if you handling business, handle your business. Handle your business, man. For real. Because that's what counts in the end. What counts is what numbers you putting on the board, not nobody else. Don't give me the schematics and the stats on what everybody else is doing. What are you doing, as Mystical says? What are you doing? Not what everybody else is doing. I don't want to hear what everybody else is doing. I can only tell you what the fuck Warren is doing. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribe. You already know what it is. You know what it ain't. Hey, man, be mindful of your lane and what you need to do. Stay away from the Sambos and the Coons. And if they are a Sambo, direct them to Sambo Rehab because that's where we got to start sending niggas. And if they talking about they don't see color, guilty nigga, I don't fuck with them. I'm out, man. Peace.
About to start another day. Hope it don't end the same way. About to start another day.
I'ma treat you
I'm a freedom,
my last cigarette.
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you
I'm a freedom,
my last cigarette.
About to start another day.
I'ma treat you in my last cigarette. I'ma treat you in my last cigarette. I'ma treat you in my last cigarette.